Hey guys, this is Normal here for Technique, and today we'll share some of the tips and tricks you can do on the Nokia Lumia 730. So the 730 is a mid-range phone which was announced a couple of weeks back, and we already unboxed the device and also showed you the gaming performance, the camera review, and a few other videos based on this device. So now let's start the tips and tricks. So here are some of the tips and tricks you can perform on the device. So some of these are related to Windows Phone, while some of these are for this device alone. So we'll share all of them. So let's start off the tips and tricks with the Lumia 730. So first step, let's go to the settings. Let's open the settings. You can access the settings from the notification center. Now here we have lots of things to cover. So let's start off with the start+theme. So start screen allows you to customize a lot of stuff now. So with Windows Phone 8.1 you can customize the start screen. So we have this option. Previously we only had the background as well as the accent color. Now we have the option to choose a background ourselves. So we can choose a background from any photos. You can select from camera album or even backgrounds or other stuffs which we have on the phone. So that's one good option in the start screen. You can customize the start screen with your own custom background. Now let's go to the ringtones and sounds. So here we have the normal stuff like vibrate when call arrives and select the ringtone, and below you can see an option to play sound. You can select the whether you want to have a sound played when you keep press, lock and unlock, camera shutter, and system alert. So in case you feel that camera shutter is annoying, you can disable it from here. Similarly, the lock and unlock sound can also be disabled from here. Then you can also disable the key press sound and the system alerts. So that's with ringtones and sounds. Now let's go to the lock screen. So lock screen has option to show the notification from different apps. So you can see the different apps listed here. So if you want to change a particular app, you can just select this, hit that app, and then you can select another app which you want to show notification. And you can also set the background here. You can select background photos from either Bing, or you can select from apps which support these photos. So you can select your own background for the lock screen. The Bing photos are really good on the lock screen, so you can select Bing photos as well. So that's in the lock screen. Now moving on to the notifications and actions, you can here you can customize the quick action. So if I pull the notification center, you can see 4 icons. These are the quick launch icons. So you can customize the quick launch icons here. So if you go to the notification, you have the 4 quick launch icons. So if you press one, you can select whichever you want the quick launch to be replaced with. So right now it's brightness. If you want camera, you can replace it with camera or whatever you wish. So then you can also show notifications in the action center from these apps. So whatever type of notifications you want can be listed here. So that's for each of the apps installed. You can select the notifications. Say for example Facebook, you can enable in action center. You can show banner alerts, and you can also select the default notification sound. So this will be available for different apps. You can select it from there. Now let's go to the Wi-Fi. We have a few things. So next up we have the Wi-Fi settings. So here we have something called as Wi-Fi Sense. So if you click Wi-Fi Sense, you will see the details like this is actually a really useful tool. What it does is it will connect automatically to Wi-Fi hotspots and accept the terms and conditions on your behalf. So you don't have to manually select them and connect to the network. So Wi-Fi Sense does not work with all the networks. It's limited to some networks. But if you enable that, it will automatically accept the terms and conditions and then connect it to the Wi-Fi. And it also allows you to share password protected Wi-Fi connections with other friends without your friends knowing the password for the Wi-Fi connections. So that's 2 added features using the Wi-Fi Sense. So you can enable Wi-Fi Sense here, and you can say connect to Wi-Fi hotspots, that is turned on here. So share Wi-Fi networks I select. So you can see whom you want to share the Wi-Fi Sense. You can select with your contacts. So you can see here share Wi-Fi networks with these contacts. They get internet access if you use Wi-Fi Sense, but they're not able to see the shared password. So you don't have to worry about friends seeing the password, but you can but they can access your connection. So that's really a good feature. Now if you go to the mobile and SIM connection, so you can see here you can turn on the data connection, so that's normal. So once you turned on the data connection, you can see which SIM card you want to use for the data connection. So since we only have one SIM card, it's not enabled, but if you have multiple SIM cards, that is dual SIM inserted, you can select which SIM card will use the data for the 3G connection. So you can, if you're running out of data plan on one SIM card, you can always switch to data connection on the second SIM card, thereby saving cost. So that's one option here. You can also enable 3G connection here, and when there is limited Wi-Fi connectivity, you can enable to connect to via mobile data. That means if you're connected to Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi connection strength is limited, you can always switch to mobile data. So that's a good option here. Next up, we have the internet sharing. So you can we already showed you how to share internet connection. So just turn this on, and this will share internet via Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth. So those two options are available here. So you can see the broadcast name and the SSID. Similarly, you can set up VPN. So you just turn this on, you can add a VPN, so allow VPN to use mobile data. You can allow VPN to use mobile data when you're roaming. From click the press button, and you can add a new profile. So this allows you to add a VPN profile to your network, your phone, and then you can access, you can connect to that particular profile. So if you are using your phone in the work environment, and you want to access that at your home, you can use a VPN connection, and then access your files in your office PC or anywhere else. So that's the use of VPN. If you go to battery saver, the battery saver shows you the remaining battery. So that's pretty much very self-explanatory. That's available in almost all Windows phones. But here what you can do is, with Windows Phone 8.1, you can see the usage of battery. So if we just swipe from here, you can see the battery usage. So you can see which apps are taking up huge battery. So if you installed a particular app and you feel that the battery is draining out pretty fast, you can check out whether that particular app is draining the battery. So that can be done from the usage settings. So you can see here which all apps are taking up the battery, and the percentage can be shown from the small bar available there. So that is pretty useful if you're looking for the apps which take up the lot of battery and drain out them in pretty much quick time. Now there is data sense. So data sense allows you to limit the data connection. Say if you have only 1 GB of data connection per month, that's limited on your internet plan. So you can set a limit here. So you can select the limit. So you can either set monthly limit or a prepaid limit or even unlimited. So based on that, the internet connection, the data connection will get cut off when the data limit is reached. Say for example, you set 1 GB, and at the end of 1 GB, the data connection will be automatically disconnected, preventing you from getting billed excessively. So that's one really good feature of the data sense. Now there is also storage sense. So storage sense allows you to manage the storage on your device. So you can see here, if you insert an SD card, you can manage what all needs to be installed on the SD card. So you can store new music or videos and podcasts on the SD card. Similarly, you can store new photos on the SD card, new apps on the SD card, and also downloads directly to the SD card. So new apps on the SD card is really useful because the device comes with only 8 GB of internal storage. So if you're running out of storage, you better go and install all the apps onto the SD card instead of the phone memory. So SD card, it supports up to 128 GB, so that's pretty much good storage for a mid-range device. Now another useful option is the navigational bar. So you know that the Lumia 730 comes with on-screen navigational buttons instead of the ones, the capacitive touch buttons. So we have the on-screen buttons on the Lumia 730. So what you can do is you can auto hide the navigational bar. That's one really good or probably the new feature in 730, that's auto hide a navigational bar. So if you turn this on, you can see that navigational bar will turn on, hide and turn it on automatically based on your needs. Apart from that, you can also customize the navigational bar background. You can always have a dark background. You can match the background, or you can even match the accent color. So there is one more option, and the flick to hide the navigational bar. That means if you turn this on, you can just flick from the bottom and it will turn off the navigational bar. So you can see here the navigational button or the bar is now missing. You can just flick from the bottom to enable it, flick from the bottom to disable it. So that's one good option. So you will get additional screen space by minimizing or hiding the navigational bar. This is available only in the Lumia 730, and 530 and 630 also had the on-screen buttons, but they don't have this option. And next up we can see that there is an option to enable the motion data. That means if you're using any connected accessory or apps to track your data, I mean if you want the health and fitness app to track your data, I mean the steps taken or other data from the motion, you can do that from here. You can enable this, and there are many apps which supports motion data. So one such app is the Bing Health and Fitness. Similarly, there are other apps which use the motion data. That means whenever you move, the device will capture those steps you're taken and will be transferred to the app which needs that data. So you can interpret the data and you can see how much calories you have burned or how much steps you have taken on a daily basis. So that's the motion data. So unless you enable this motion data from the settings, the app will not be able to access this data. So this can be done from here. Now if you go to the touch settings on the Lumia 730, you can see that you can enable the touch sensitivity as normal or high. If you set it as to high, you can see you can use it with gloves. So Lumia devices have been known to have really good touch sensitivity, and you can use it with gloves mode. So there was a glove mode as well on other devices. So if you enable the touch sensitivity to high, you can use the device with gloves as well. Apart from that, you also have the wake up mode, that is double tap to wake the phone. So you can also enable a double tap to wake the phone. So that means if your phone is sleep mode, you can just double tap on the display to enable it. Then you have the call plus SMS filter, that's self-explanatory. So you can enable blocking of calls and SMS in case you don't want to be disturbed by spam calls or telemarketing calls. You can just enter the number here and then block the calls also, as well as SMS. So we have a video on our YouTube channel on the details description on how to block calls and SMS. So you can just check out that video. Finally, in the display settings, you can see that there is an option to enable sunlight readability. That's again a Lumia specific feature. So you can enable sunlight readability from here, and when you view the device under sunlight, you will have really good readability. So you can also set the brightness profile and the color profile based on your needs. That can be done from here. So if you want a bit more saturated display, you can do it from here. So that was some of the tips and tricks you can do on the Lumia 730. Now we'll also show you how to enable Cortana. So by default Cortana is installed, but it's not enabled. If you open the Cortana app, you can see it's not available in your region and the language you have chosen. So to enable Cortana, what you need to do is go to settings and scroll down to the speech settings. So you can see here the speech settings. So if you go to the speech setting, the current language is English India. All you need to do is select English United Kingdom. So if you don't have the language pack, you need to download and install it. So that will take some time. It's an update to the device. So once the pack is installed, go to the home screen and open the Cortana app once again, and it will show you. So you can see it will get enabled right now. So that's how Cortana for Windows Phone works. So these are some of the tips and tricks you can do on the Nokia Lumia 730. Hope you like them. If you have any specific queries regarding these, just drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. If you like this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to YouTube channel for more updates, and thanks for watching this video.